What did you catch your best friend doing that ended your friendship instantly? Alexa and I had been best friends since middle school. We were the kind of friends who showed up at each other's houses without calling first. Her mom would find me raiding their pantry at 9 a.m. on Saturdays. My parents kept a spare key hidden for her because she'd let herself in more often than I did. We dated within the same circle, told each other everything about our relationships, and had an unspoken rule. Any boyfriend belonging to a friend was completely off limits. Not even a hypothetical what-if conversation. It was sacred. I'd been with Trevor for 8 months. He wasn't perfect, but he was steady. He remembered my coffee order, never forgot to text back, and actually listened when I complained about my job at the bank. Alexa seemed to like him well enough. She'd hang out with us, tease him about his obsession with fantasy football, and always included him in group plans. Last Tuesday, I left work early because of a migraine. I stopped by CVS for medicine, then decided to swing by Alexa's apartment to see if she wanted to watch movies and eat ice cream. We'd done this routine 100 times when one of us felt crappy. Her apartment complex was small, and I knew exactly where she parked. But as I pulled up, I spotted Trevor's distinctive gray Tacoma in the spot next to hers. My stomach did a weird flip. Why would he be there without me? Maybe he was surprising us both with something. Maybe he'd stopped by to ask Alexa for advice about anniversary gift ideas. There had to be a reasonable explanation. I used my key to let myself into the building and climbed the stairs to her second-floor apartment. The hallway was quiet, except for muffled sounds coming from behind her door. I raised my hand to knock, then heard something that made me freeze. Moaning. Definitely moaning. My brain refused to process what I was hearing. I stood there for what felt like forever, key in my hand, listening to sounds that left no room for interpretation. Through the thin walls, I could hear Trevor's voice saying things I'd never heard him say to me. I unlocked her door as quietly as possible and stepped inside. They were on her couch, naked, completely oblivious to everything except each other. Trevor's back was to me, and I could see Alexa's face over his shoulder. Her eyes were closed, head thrown back in a way that made it clear this wasn't their first time. I stood there for maybe 10 seconds before Trevor shifted positions and saw me. The look on his face went from confusion to horror in real time. "Oh shit," he said, scrambling for his clothes. Something inside me snapped. I started screaming, not words, just raw sound pouring out of me. 8 years of friendship, every secret shared, every time I'd trusted her completely. "You're kidding me," I heard myself shrieking. 8 years, Alexa, 8 years. She tried to say something, reaching for her clothes, but I kept going. "How could you?" I screamed over and over. "I told you everything about him, everything." Trevor was stammering apologies, but I couldn't even look at him. This was about her, my best friend, the person who knew exactly how much this would destroy me, but I was already running. I sprinted out of that apartment and didn't stop until I reached my car. My hands shook so badly I could barely get the key in the ignition. Trevor called 47 times over the next 2 days. Alexa texted novels explaining herself. I blocked them both. 3 weeks later, I heard through mutual friends that they were officially together. 6 months after that, he cheated on her with someone else. She called me crying, wanting to talk about betrayal and how she finally understood what I'd been through. I didn't answer.